Knitting 101, casting on. Here's what you'll need: worsted weight yarn and a pair of needles that work well with the yarn. Each piece of knitting begins with a slip knot. To form a slip knot, create a loop. Then pull another loop through that first loop. Remove the slip knot by pulling on the strands. And do it all again. Form a loop. Pull a loop through the first loop and place it on the needle. Once the yarn is attached, you must form loops on the needle. These loops are called the cast-on row. There are many ways to cast on. Here are two. The E-loop cast-on. Attach the yarn to the needle using a slip knot. Hold the needle in your right hand. Hold the yarn in your left hand. Hold the yarn as shown, catching the strand with the thumb. Slide the needle up the thumb and catch the loop. Bring the needle away from the hand to tighten the cast-on loop. Wrap the yarn around the thumb, catch the thumb loop, separate hand and needle to tighten. Wrap the yarn around the thumb, catch the thumb loop, separate hand and needle to tighten. Repeat these 3 steps to create the desired number of stitches. I use the slip knot as a stitch, but some folks prefer not to. When the cast on is complete, transfer the needle to the left hand. Cast on method 2, the long tail cast on. Create the slip knot, but this time leave a long tail. How long should the tail be? There are different theories about this, which I go into in detail in my video, Long Tail Cast On. For now, let's just make the tail about 12 to 18 inches, 30 to 45 centimeters. Start by holding both strands with 3 fingers of the left hand. And at the same time, separate the strands with the thumb and forefinger. Here's the long tail cast on at speed. Long tail cast on step by step. Insert the needle up through the thumb loop. Catch the pointer strand in a downward motion. Bring the pointer strand back through the thumb loop. Separate the strands to tighten the cast-on stitch. Insert, catch, bring, separate. Insert, catch, bring, separate. Insert, catch, bring, separate. Let's watch it a little slower. Insert the needle up through the thumb loop. Catch the pointer strand in a downward motion. Bring the pointer strand through the thumb loop. Separate the strands to tighten the cast-on stitch. When first learning, the E-loop cast-on is easier. However, the long tail is good to know as it's a good firm cast-on. Now that you can cast on, let's move on to creating fabric.